This is what you need to understand in order to effectively manifest your future, your version of the future in actualization. You want that healthy relationship, you want that SP, you want the money, whatever it is that you want. If you don't understand this very simple factor about manifestation, then you can cause yourself a little bit of delay or even distress in your process of manifestation. So let's get started. Hello everyone, my name is Neyah, and on this channel I talk everything about manifestation, quantum physics, and so much more. And on Patreon I do make extra videos, and if you guys will ever feel the need to get one-on-one coaching with me, you can find it on my website down below. But now let's get started with today's topic. So what is this very simple thing that many people, in my opinion, either they fail to understand properly or they don't necessarily apply on a day-to-day basis when it comes down to make your manifestation journey easier, is the following. You can't see the future if you're still living by the emotions of the past. Many of us have desires, and once something is a desire, you are asking this thing to your subconscious mind. Desire is asking. However, once it's asked, it is already given. In the super world, or in the alternative space, in the quantum field, however you want to describe it, in your subconscious mind, in the universe, it is already given to you whatever desire you want. There is possibly even a chance that this reality of you getting what you want, the money, the SP, or whatever, already exists. That version of yourself already exists in the multiverse. But how do we get there if it is already given? On a day-to-day basis, you need to stop seeing the future with the emotions of the past. Now, many people will say that feelings and emotions don't necessarily have to do with manifestation, and it first comes from your thoughts. I actually do agree with this. I don't think we have to conjure necessarily the emotion or the feeling of the wish fulfilled, but we can get to the feeling, and I will get into what it means to get to the feeling of the wish fulfilled naturally and in a very fun and easy way. You don't have to conjure a feeling. We get there through your thoughts, because it is true that our emotions do affect the way we're thinking, but so the opposite is true. The way we are thinking also does affect our thoughts, and that's why affirmation can help us getting into the state of the wish fulfilled naturally, and sometimes even subconsciously. Like, we don't realize that by affirming we are slightly feeling better at some point in whatever shape or form, and that is already enough to enter the wish fulfilled. But what is the mistake? And I don't like to address it as a mistake, because maybe some of us didn't know better, but this is why we're making this video for. It's the wavering. And I will make a different video about this to get more in details of what it means to waver. But it's like, I cannot even see my wish fulfilled. I get this a lot in the comment section. I cannot even see myself with SP. I cannot even see myself having that amount of money. I cannot even see concretely in my mind, even just with thoughts, the idea of the future, because the way I feel is always determined by the past. So how this got translated into day-to-day life, people do it subconsciously. So if you catch yourself doing this, do not feel guilty about it. We all have been there. It's okay, but it's important that we become aware. So many times when I do coaching, people simply they're not aware that they're doing this. We do coaching and they're talking about their circumstance, which is fine at the beginning, and then we get into the affirmation of the various technique to become the person that already has what they want. And they don't realize that they keep seeing SP many times, or their career, in the same way as it used to be in the past. Therefore, they keep reiterating the old story, but in what way? With their fears, with their emotion. Like, many people, because they watched a lot of law of assumption content, they're not stupid, they get it. They are trying mentally to change the story, and they're like, I see myself with SP, or I see myself with the money, I'm changing from the the old story, but then the underlying emotion of the past, that memory, because also memory creates and not just the self-concept or affirmations in and of itself. And if you want to know more about this, I have a webinar about the science behind the law of assumption. Memories does influence the way we think and the way we observe reality. So their memories, their emotional memory, it's not a mental memory, it's an emotional memory, comes again and again and again. In what way? And so that emotional memory from the past, that it's from an unwanted circumstance, is delaying or even blocking sometimes the fulfillment of the manifestation. Because it's a subconscious thing, and sometimes they don't even realize, you guys don't realize it. I didn't even realize it sometimes in my own journey. We are all the same, right? There's no one that is better than the other. And if you don't resonate with me, bless your soul, that's fine too. I'm just trying to tell you what I learned through my experiences so I can help you out. So here's the thing. Let's say that they are reiterating the new story, their new identity, me and SP are together, or I have the money, whatever I desire, I have the house, and so on and so forth. But then while they're writing or while they're speaking, the fear come up and they go, oh, well, I got so hurted because he, she, or they have said that. Or I got so hurted because I had to pay all these bills, or because my boss rejected me the promotion or whatnot. And so do you see, they're a little bit stuck in wavering unconsciously because they're not able to properly see the future, because their emotional reaction, their emotional state is coming from the past. You cannot see the future if your emotions are dictated from memories of the past. So how do we do this? We implement more self-concept or more affirmation. We commit to the wish fulfilled, and we discipline ourselves a little bit more. We have to learn how to control our emotional state. So even if the fear from the past is coming, we are aware of it and we're saying, no, I'm not going there anymore. I am not going to make my past make me feel in this way anymore. This fear is an illusion. When I'm with God, everything is possible. When I'm with infinite intelligence, everything is possible. Therefore, my future will be different. And your mind is going to start questioning it, and you need to say and reply to your mind, I'm feeling differently right now. When I'm with God, everything is possible. When I'm with infinite intelligence, everything is possible. Therefore, my emotional states of the past does not determine my future. Say it as an affirmation. My emotional state of the past does not influence my future. My emotional state of the past does not influence my future. I am seeing my future with thoughts, affirmation, visualization, whatever it is that you choose, with a different filter, with a different lens. And if you want to know more about the concept of filtering and the filter that we place in front of our eyes that manifest our reality, I have a video dedicated about that. It's called Filter Reality, something like that. You find it on my channel. So again, I want to reiterate this concept over and over again. Yes, in my videos I repeat a lot, and the reason why I repeat a lot, so it sticks into your subconscious. My emotional past state does not influence my future. I am overcoming my fears right now. Why? Because maybe it is true SP rejected me in the past. Maybe it is true I had a lot of bills to pay. Maybe it is true I have this trauma. Maybe it was true that I was born in a family that was wasting money or didn't place importance of money, and so now I am struggling with the concept of money. Whatever it is, this is true. This is all true. Don't deny it. It's fine. Accept it. But that doesn't mean that because the past, my emotional past is true, that also my future will be the same. Why? I'm going to give you more, and I highly suggest you to watch my video about holographic universe. Why? Because the future is a series of undeterministic probabilities that are taken by you, by your choice. The future is really unknown. And the reason why the future are unknown is because it's not deterministic. There are a series of probabilities that could happen. There is a chance that the cat is either dead or alive. And these probabilities exist at the same time in a superpositional state. So who collapses those probabilities? Who collapses this reality? It's you. Through what? Not even through your choice, but through your constant daily observations. That's why many people will say that affirmations manifest. Because affirmations is nothing but you place your attention to the same mantra, to the same sentence over and 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 over again until it becomes an obvious observation. That's what we're doing. So yet again, you cannot see the future if you're coming from the emotions of the past. You have to overcome in a shape, way or another, the emotions of the past. Most likely for people, and I'm generalizing over here, obviously every case is different, you guys are unique. Generally speaking, the prevalent emotion that is delaying the manifestation for majority of people is fear. And fear can cause self-sabotage, can cause delay, distress, depression. Why? Because fear is really the opposite of love. It's the opposite of being accepted. It's the opposite of the wish fulfilled. So when people allow themselves the probability, the possibility that indeed they can get what they want, somehow, some way, their brain reminds them through that memory process, hey, we never had it before. Do you remember how you used to feel? And so that fear kicks in that even if they get what they want, something might take it away from them, or what if something bad happens? And so they use their imagination in, I will say, in a default kind of failure way, because this society, I said this many times, has taught us that somehow, some way, if we think about the worst case scenario, we are good and we're grounded. If we think about the best case scenario, we're naive and delusional. That's not true, because either scenarios are delusional. Negative scenario, unwanted circumstance, and wanted circumstance, they are both probabilities in the multiverse, they are both probabilities in the alternative space. And so there is a chance that this happens, and also there is a chance that the positive happens. And it's a matter of you. You're both delusional in both case scenario. But when you're negative, you are using your imagination in a faulty way. In my opinion, faulty for what? For your life. So again, keeping this in mind, at the end of the day, not only manifestation boils down to identification, but manifestation boils down also to awareness, which is the I am meditation, the I am void state of Neville Goddard. At the end of the day, you have to wake yourself up during the day and remember, I am. I have actually a video dedicated to the void state on my Patreon. You just wake yourself up during the day and you say, I'm aware. What am I thinking? Am I thinking thoughts that are coming from my past emotional state? If I am, it's not a big deal, but I am going to be aware of those, or I am going to be aware of how I feel. So for example, if it's not a thought, could be an emotion. So your feelings are your guidance system, really. If you're feeling sad or depressed, stop yourself for a second, just a couple of seconds, and just ask yourself, why am I feeling the way that I feel? Where my mind is going. Most likely your mind is going to, oh, my reality shit, it's not happening right now, has P rejected me, or I don't have the money. It's okay. It's okay if you feel that way. Don't repress it. It's okay. Observe it, but then be disciplined enough to tell yourself, my past emotional state and even my present emotional state doesn't determine my future. Am I able to see the future? Yes, you are, because you have a desire. When you have a desire, you see your wish fulfilled in whatever shape or form, but you do know what you want, right? If you don't have the money, that desire for money is telling you that you can see money. If you don't have love, that desire for love is showing you the probability that exists of you being in love. So you are aware and you say to yourself, my past emotional state doesn't determine my future. Am I able to see the solution? Am I able to see the future? Yes, I am, because I do have a desire. That's it. What does it feel better? Then ask yourself, what does it feel better? To imagine in whatever shape or form that I get what I want? Or does it feel better to imagine that fear-based scenario where I don't get what I want? Just in the present moment, what does it feel better? It feels better to imagine that you get what you want. Do that instead. Put your observation towards that and repeat and repeat and repeat every single day until you will naturally feel better, and you will naturally feel, hey, something in me has changed. I kind of don't identify anymore with that old version of myself. And even if I think about the old trauma or the past experiences, somehow, some way, the emotions are not there anymore. When you can do this, your past emotional state are not anymore influencing your personality and therefore your personal reality. Because our personality, our identification creates our personal reality. Again, long story short, you cannot see your future if you're coming from your past emotional state. And the way to overcome your past emotional state is to bring awareness during the day to the way you feel and to the way you're thinking. When you bring awareness, and you could do this with affirmation, guys. I'm not the kind of YouTuber, not because there is anything wrong in being that kind of YouTuber that just tells you just have to affirm, but I want to give you the why affirmation work, why visualization works, so you can understand it better and then you can do it. And that's my personal take. In no shape or form I am the holy grail of manifestation, okay? Not at all. I'm just a girl learning. But then in those state of awareness where you wake yourself up from this reality and you're like, what the heck was I thinking? My past emotional state, my fear or whatever that happened doesn't influence my future. So what does? My thoughts? Boom, let me direct my thoughts to what I want. Let me direct my thoughts to the affirmation. Let me make myself feeling a bit better. Let me identify with that new version of myself. And you just have to wake yourself up during the day and yet again see the future, not from your past emotional state, but for your present emotional state, which you have choice. You can choose today, right now, how to feel. And how you feel or what you're thinking, whatever, doesn't have to be determined by what happened yesterday. It can be determined by, I choose that I affirm, I choose that this is my new identity, I choose right now. You don't have to believe it. What you have to do is repeat it, not necessarily believe it at first glance. Okay? I hope you guys, this video was clear about why you cannot see the future if you're coming from the emotions of the past. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Remember that on Friday I do premiere all my videos. I'm going to be live in chat with you and we're gonna do an after show live afterwards. So stick around, subscribe and hit the ring bell button and share these videos with your friends if you think that this video has added some value. Maybe friends are into manifestation, so they can also learn more about this wonderful matrix. Okay, you guys, I'll see you very soon over here and also on my Patreon. Bye!